I'm a positive person. I allow only positive people in my life. Anything negative, I discard. Really? Really? Hey, and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Rosemary Goge, your sister in growth. And today, as we grow in regards to toxic positivity. What is this? What is positivity? Have you subscribed? Please subscribe, share with your friends, like, comment, and let's get conversing down below. Yes, today we're going to be talking about toxic positivity. Positivity that is toxic. Positivity that is too much until it is not helpful, it is toxic. They say too much of anything is poisonous. And yes, too much positivity can become poisonous. So when I say I'm going to be talking about toxic positivity, what am I talking about? What do I say I will be talking about? I am going to talk about this idea that has become a norm about an obsession with positive thinking. Obsession with positive thinking. Some situations in life are not going to be as positive. Sometimes we are going through some seriously tragic seasons, some seriously tragic situations. Are we going to still be positive about it? Some situations demand for you to get other emotions that are not positive. Anger. I have always said that anger is a very helpful emotion. Anger usually works for you. It is usually to let you know that something unjust has been done to you. So anger does not work against you. Sadness. You are sad because something has happened. You have lost something. You have lost a loved one. You have lost a job. You have lost something of value to you. You're feeling anxious. It could be because of a fear. There is a justifiable reason as to why you're feeling what you're feeling. All right, so you cannot fail to acknowledge those emotions that are not as positive. Okay, I'm not trying to downplay the beauty and the amazingness of positive thinking. Positive thinking is very, very good. It is very good. It is actually very helpful because it helps us to become to look at the good things that are going on in life and to also be content and to be grateful. That is what positive thinking does. But toxic positivity, when you become obsessed now with this positive thinking, you stop or you disallow negative or unpleasant feelings to become normal. You disallow yourself to go through the challenges of life as are. Now, who are these that make us to have this toxic positivity? First person that does it is self. Self. You think that, what? If I show this one, if I feel sad, if I show anger, I am not going to look as strong, because we have made people who never have negative moments very strong. And so you want to appear always happy, always smiling, always positive, always looking at the glass half full. The others is when it is imposed on you by other people. The world externally imposed, where people tell you, be positive. Be positive. Stop looking at the glass half empty. This has been my journey, where guys would be like, hey, Rosemary, no, be positive. Oh, you have lost a job. You should be happy that you still are alive. You've lost a relationship. That person did not even deserve it. No. Imagine you've lost a relationship, and this relationship, imagine it meant something, and imagine you ought to go through the emotions around the relationship. So it's important to go through those emotions, And this is sad because when it is coming from outside, you see people not focusing on themselves, and people tend to now focus on the lessons. I don't know why we say it is lessons. Let's forget about the lessons and let's allow ourselves to go through the emotions, because the emotions are very important. So what does this toxic positivity do? Because it has a few risks. One risk is that it usually ignores the real alarm. Now, when something that is not very pleasant happens to you and your body tells you, or your body feels some way, it is actually putting on an alarm. And this alarm is going to alert you on something that you need to work on, something that you need to do, all right? For example, somebody is going through domestic violence, intimate partner violence. A positive thinker will be like, no, this person is going to be better. Can we look at the good things that this person does? He provides, he takes you to holiday once in a year. He has bought you a house. He's given you a home. Now, that is how positive thinking goes. But now, the truth of the matter is you are being abused. You're in an unhealthy relationship. Now, you will ignore the real alarm. You will stay there, and then you're going to be murdered. You will stay there, and then you're going to commit suicide because it will be too much. You will stay there. Challenges are going to happen to you because of this. You ignored the real alarm. You did not take the alarm went off and you did not take action. Is it worth it? The other challenge is that it demeans a loss. Now, someone has lost a job, has lost a loved one, a lady has lost a child, and we are there telling them, don't worry. It's okay. You're even there. You can still have another child. Think of you even have other 3 children. That loss is really serious. They have lost their child, their one child. They may have had 15 children, but they have lost one child. Allow them to go through the challenges. Let them go through the grieving period. Let them grieve throughout. Let them grieve. Let them not be pushed out of the period. Let's allow ourselves to go through it. Even for us who are going through the dark moment. You've lost a job. It's true, by the way, you're supposed to grieve that loss of a job. You have lost a relationship. Yes, grieve the relationship. Do not just assume that, it's just a relationship. It was just a man. It was just a woman. There are many, that particular one is gone, and it's good that you go through that emotion. Don't dwell there, but go through it all. The other one is that it leads to isolation and stigma. Now, when you're not feeling as positive, you start to wonder what is wrong with you. All right? And then you tend to keep off, because the pressure to smile, the pressure to keep a positive look, to be all bright and nice is too much. And as an individual, you may not be able to really put up with it. So what you're going to do is that you're going to keep alone. I'd rather be alone than show my negativity. And that is my personal story. For years, I kept to myself. Even when I could have sought support, I kept to myself. Because if I dare share, I'm going to be victimized. I'm going to be told I'm not good. I'm not handling my thing well. See, I'd rather stay alone. Now, when you talk about your negative times, people who are positively in a toxic way will call you a complainer. So what would you rather do? You keep up. And that is how they stigmatize people who are going through challenges. And that is because even when they're going through challenges, they are becoming toxic positive people. The other challenge, the other risk of being being positive in a toxic manner is a loss of self-esteem. Your esteem goes so down, it becomes so bad, because you're not being able to be positive. You're feeling like you're not good enough because you're not as positive. You're not being able to put up with this positivity. You are just being very negative. So what you tend to do now, you tend now to keep to yourself. And it is not healthy, by the way. It's going to mess you more. And that's how you find someone who is always nice, always smiling. They have gone down. They're no longer taking, first they go there. Actually, I like to say, toxic positivity can lead to people becoming to tragic situations where they move from, you ignored the real alarm, you went ahead and demeaned the loss that someone has been through. People demeaned the loss, and now you're here dealing with it. And then you now isolate yourself. When you have isolated yourself, definitely you come to low self-esteem. And there's another one that I really, your esteem goes so down. And when your esteem is very, very down below, you will not be able to communicate. Another risk is communication. Communication issues. You're not able to communicate to these people because like the case we used up there of ignoring the real alarm and domestic violence, intimate partner violence, because you're always hoping, desiring, expecting these people to become awesome and amazing and to change, so you do not communicate the negatives. Because in every normal relationship, there will be positives and there will be negatives. Do you communicate the negatives? Are you able to communicate what you do not like about this particular person? Or do you just shut up? Or do you just wish these people would just be quiet forever? They will change. You're always hoping they will change. You're always hoping they will change, but they do not change. So guess what happens to you? You continue going down. And sadly, these things turn very fatal. Because you have not communicated, or this person has continued to mess you up. And you end up being very angry, and you're being angry at the wrong person, because you should be angry at yourself. You never communicated. They do not know that they have been doing something wrong to you. So it's very, very important that we learn to accept emotions. All emotions work for us. All emotions work for us. And let me tell you, the worst thing about all these things is, in toxic positivity, we do not see people seeking help. We do not see people going out there to seek help, because you're not acknowledging the negative emotions, and when you don't acknowledge them, it means you're ignoring the action that could be taken, or the action that could inspire you. I keep telling people, the greatest people we have in society were moved from where they were to where they are by negative seasons. So if they had ignored those negative seasons, they would not have moved from where they were to where they have gone. So it is very, very important that we acknowledge these negative emotions and we do something about them. Another one is when you vocalize the negative emotions, they lose power over you. They no longer have as much power over you as they would have had if you had not vocalized them, as they would have had if you had not made them, you had not talked about them in reality. So it's very, very important for us to be able to vocalize the negative emotions, to be able to vocalize those things we are not very happy about in our lives, in the lives of others. As we go on into the new month, June, let us ensure that we are allowing ourselves to feel. We are allowing ourselves to be authentic. And when we feel things are not as positive as you would like, let's learn to seek help. Let's embrace help. Because the reason why Rosemary is here as your life coach is because she has been on a journey. Please take another journey with her and she will get you to becoming the best version of yourself. Bye-bye. I love you very much. I am your sister in growth. And let me tell you, nobody does this better than you. You're all that is needed. Just heal yourself if there's anything that needs to be healed, and focus on the best version of you that is very, very authentic. Have a lovely time. I love you.